Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Ta-da! I love the fade to black thing. I don't know. It's just so much fun. Hello, Amber is in the house. You know Jenny's there too. She's right behind making all the magic happen here. Hi, Sharon. It's good to see you. Happy Soulful Saturday, y'all. Let's have a great show. I had some good stuff coming up for you that I'm so thrilled to share with you. So get out your notepad, let's do some notes. Amy's in the house. So's my girl, Sarah. That's so good to see. And you guys, I've got on the sweatshirt you're all going crazy for. Isn't it so cute? Thanks, Rosemary. Hi, Anna, Jackie, Sandy. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Yeah, we've got it going on. I'm back to my high ponytail kind of a situation. And I'm going to tell you right now, had to do it. I feel so much more comfortable like this. And a sweatshirt. Carolyn's in the house. Kathy, Margaret, and Rebecca. Hello, lovelies. So good to see you. Melissa showed up. I'm having my hot melt mix. Who's drinking it with me? Cheers. Here's to hot melt mix, breaking fasts, and all of that stuff. Linda, Gwen, good to see you. Melissa, I know you want my sweatshirt, Amy. You will probably be able to get this, but I am a wise woman in full bloom. And see this? Can you see the sparkle factor? Wait a second here. Right here. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Yeah, it's so cute, isn't it? Corliss, Vicky. Well, thank you. Gwen. Anyway, yes, we're in full bloom here right now. We're talking about and getting ready for our full bloom event. It is happening in April. It is on Saturday, April 24th. Yes, it's virtual for right now. I just want you to save the date. Can we just agree to that? Pinkies up, save the date. Look at that. I feel like I'm on CNN or something. The details will be coming in your inbox. You know what this means? This means you need to be on top of your newsletter. Are you getting our newsletters? If you don't get our emails, my word, what are we going to do with you? What are we going to do with you? Somebody's having issues hearing me. Maureen, you might need to go out and come back in. Margaret's breaking her smoothie. Sandy's in the house. There's my girl, Joanne. Good to see you, Pamela. Jerry is here. Good. Carolyn. Here's to our ladies. Oh, my goodness. So we are a little out of sorts here. April 24th is on the calendar. Good job. Yes, pinkies up. You need to get this date saved. Now, here's how these virtual events work. We start really early in the morning, and I always say to you, my apologies to you West Coast folks, we start early. We start at 9 a.m. That means super early for you East Coast or West Coasters. But it's worth it. Get up, have coffee with us. It is worth it. We have several sessions. We have a lunchtime interlude. We start back up. We always have a swag bag that is ridiculously on point, don't we? I love that. And anyway, my whole point is I want you there. I want you to put that aside, that date aside. It's all day until 5 o'clock. And you will also have this recording to take forever and ever, be able to take notes. We have all kinds of things that we do with them. It is the best. And we've had a lot of people who just love our virtual events, and I'm excited to invite you to this one. So put it aside. Also make sure you go to savingdinner.com, get signed up for our emails. That's how you're going to get the first dibs on getting your seat. Yay! Yes, Sarah's going heart. She's giving me hearts with the swag bag, because the swag bag is just, it's wonderful. And let me just say, our Amber is in charge of the swag bag. And if anybody can do an amazing swag bag, it is Amber. She's got the eye, she's got the detail. We will have it all going on. So Excited about that. You always get a discount code so that you can get supplements inexpensively. All of it. All of it. This is a day that you want to plan for. So make sure you mark it on your calendar. Also, if you're not getting our newsletter, you're not getting our show notes. We give you the show notes every single time, every single day. You get show notes from us. You get recipes. And we talked about dogs because I'm getting a dog. Oh, we got a name for the dog. I am getting a dog on April 1st or 2nd, something like that, depending on, when the puppies are ready. They're little silver labs. They have blue eyes and silver coats. They're so cute. And we're getting a little boy, and his name is Lincoln. We're going to call him Link for short. Isn't that so cute? I will show you Lincoln. Believe me, I'll probably be wearing him like a baby. I can't wait. I haven't had a dog since 2008. My heart was so broken when I lost my last lab that I didn't want to have another dog. So now I do. Anyway, let's get on with it. We've got a big show. This is, oh goodness, I didn't even write out today's quote. Oh, Jenny, you're just going to have to put the quote out. I forgot to write it out. But our quote of the day is, oh, never mind. I don't remember the quote. Jenny's going to have to help us out with that. Anyway, Lincoln, yes, wear him like shadow. I will. Not only will I be wearing that dog on me, but he will probably be sleeping in my bed and the whole bit. I have a feeling I'm going to have a little pushback from who. Anyway, I just took a funny picture. He just took a funny picture. He's been letting his hair grow long, and he doesn't have any. He's kind of let's say missing some hair on top, and has let the sides go like Mr. Magoo, and it has just been hilarious. And he just shaved half of it, and he's been sitting there waiting for me to notice that half his head was done and half of it wasn't. He had a Britney Spears moment. There's the quote of the week. Treat your body like it belongs to someone you love. Now, Hannah Corbin is one of the Peloton instructors, and I did her bar class. No offense, Hannah, it wasn't hard enough. Sorry, I want it harder. But when she said that, my teeth dropped. Of course, this is what we want to know. When we love our bodies like that, what do you think happens? What do you think happens? We treat them so much better, so much better. Write that one down. That is a writer downable quote, isn't it? I think so. Our mugs are still in Mugland. We still have a few. We just went through all of our inventory. We have about a half a case of these left. They will go fast. We've got new ones ordered. So if you want a mug, if you want this one, which is limited edition, they will not be back in stock. When they're gone, they're gone. Go to savingdinner.com/mug. 3 different ways to get it. You can get it for free. You can pay for it. You can pay it for half price. It's up to you. You'll find out in that post, read the post, why we use it, and then find out how to go get one. Because this is part of setting our environment up for success, right? You get that. When we have supportive environments, we're less having to, develop this ironclad willpower that just doesn't exist for most of us. Most of us have issues with willpower, but we don't have issues with a supportive environment. What we see, as a matter of fact, when we look around, is things that support us the way we want them to. So, quote deck is one of those things. This is it. I've shared this a lot, but for anybody who's brand new and hasn't been here before, let me Mary says, is this a Zoom party? I might have to run and get dressed. Yes, Mary, go put on your finest shiny stuff. It's not a Zoom party, but it might as well be. That, where we do our parties, we do them in all of our other stuff. We have tons of events where you will be looked at. And we have a pajama party coming up in March as well, so don't forget. We always have events, and the reason that we always have events is because we want to be connected. We want to be in with our community, and we want to make sure that you feel connected as well. It's important. On the quote deck, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. That's Aristotle. It's one of my favorite quotes. This is one of the things that started me on my way to seeing that there is another way to do life other than just having life do you. You know what I mean? And do you in. Find a way. You know how much I love Diana Nyad and completely 100% admire her. That one's another one that's on there. Find a way. When it seems impossible, find a way anyway. W. Clement Stone, little hinges swing big doors. That is one that I want you to really contemplate and think about. Right now that I have on my little board and on my cute little, I have a cute little easel for it. You see that? Yeah, it sits right on my desk. And on it is Part of Courage is Simple Consistency from Peggy Noonan. You can find this at savingdinner.com/quote. Round 2 is coming. We have round 2 coming up, but we don't right now. We have a few quote decks left. They're getting scarce. If you want it, grab it. savingdinner.com/quote to go get it. And remember, if you get 2 quote decks, you know what you're going to get? Free shipping. Yep, free shipping. And we don't do a whole lot of that anymore because it is. We had a little. Went through all of our costs, and it's absolutely critical that we start charging for a flat rate anyway for our shipping. So I'm not apologizing for that. We still do a really good job with that, I think. Q&A always on Fridays. If you have a question, send it in. Nothing's off limits. People had hair questions for me this Friday. So send it into support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday is what goes in the subject line, and it gets put into the queue, and I will answer it for you on this Friday. How about that? You ready for that? So don't forget, the gala was the gala not fun? Who was there for the gala? Give me some pinkies up if you were there with the gala. Pinkies up, ladies. Did we not have fun? That was so much fun. I swear I was exhausted at the end of it, but I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever had such a good time. And the comments and everything that came through it was just a blast. There are several things I would like. Is there one website for everything? Yes, artiste. Go to savingdinner.com. You'll find everything there. Yeah, Amy had a good time. Sarah's pinkies up. Look at all the pinkies up. Here it comes. Now, Artiste, who's our new lady who's saying, what's the website? You probably were wondering, what's the pinkies up? This is solidarity. This is our ladies doing some kind of a pinky swear, like we're all in it together. And, the more that we can get together, the more we can do things together. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all about. And we can support each other in community. We can take it a step further and get a body clutter buddy. And body clutter buddy is just when you're accountable with one another. That just makes a big, big difference. And it just helps us to not feel quite so isolated, quite so far away from everyone. And with women who are on the same page as us, hello, that's what makes all the difference in the world. Wasn't it so much fun, Linda? Linda was one of our winners. We had giveaways, we had deals, we had grand prizes. It was something. And we'll do it again. I've got people already asking me, when are you going to do it again? We're going to do it. There's my girl, Diane. Good to see you. I didn't see you. Kathy, you too. Anyway, Artiste, we are so very, very glad you're here. I'm glad we love new people. We've got a lot of new people here, but I'm going to tell you what, the people like Susan and Debbie and Sarah and Amy, all these people, and Diane, Kathy, Vicky, they've been around. And we love our new people. We bring them in and love them up. So nobody is, there is no intimate little circle. We're not like Mean Girls. We love each other and we bring each other in with open arms. So that's how the whole thing works. If you have any questions, don't forget, you can always send questions into support@savingdinner.com. We love our lovelies and we're always going to answer those questions. So, the quote of the week, even though I forgot to write it down. I will have it on Monday, I promise you. And Sunday we go dark. The website's up. It's always ready to serve you. But we all take a day off. That's what we do. And I don't put a stitch of makeup on, and you will not see my mug. I may do a tour of the house simply because we have been torn apart. The house is torn. Well, just the master bathroom. I want to be able to show you what we've got going on. Sarah loved being able to stock up on all of her stuff. Yeah, it was a deal. It was a screaming deal. So, and we've got things in development. We've got all kinds of stuff. We are going to make 2021 the best year ever. because we have you in mind. It's all about you. And if we can help you in any way, that's why we always offer our email address. And believe me, if you say, this is for Leanne, I want her to answer because it's a question and I don't want it on the Q&A, I'll answer it. I'll answer it. If I feel like you need to have a consult, that's a different kind of a thing, but I'll answer your questions. We never don't answer emails. I find that to be completely rude. I've had it happen to me too. So the first part of this week, really, today is Soulful Saturday. So we're going to set it up for the whole week, for next week. And this is the theme, if you will. It's first things first. And you remember Stephen Covey in his very famous book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. That was one of his rules. First things first. And when I was doing some research on it, I ran across this quote that just cracked me up from Mark Twain. And here it is. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you for the rest of the day. And then he follows up with this one. If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. If it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. And Brian Tracy, who's a motivational speaker and personal development guy, he said, eat the ugliest one first. Don't you love it? Yes, ma'am. Amy's right. Sunday is none day, by the way. Yes. So it is none day. I do nothing. So I like this idea of frog eating because what we find is even though we have something that's really important and on our list, and even if we go through and we plan it, have you noticed that oftentimes the hardest thing for you to do gets pushed to the back and then it doesn't get done? And what's really good about apps is you can see really how well you're doing. Even though you go and in your journal, you've written it all in and scheduled it. And even though you say, this is what I'm going to do, and you've got everything in a row, if you have an app and you go back to the app, it'll show you when you actually showed up. And that's when you know, whoopsie daisy, things aren't going well. That's how it was for me because, I told you I've got the Peloton big bike and everything, and it's got all the workouts on it and what have you. And I think I'm doing pretty good. I miss a couple ones here and there. And then, you know what? So crazy. Mary, way back in 2004. Well, welcome back. We're glad you're here. We will help you get a body clutter buddy. Don't worry about it. And, if you're not signed up for the sprint, by the way, that on Monday, we're doing the webinar. I still believe we're doing it, aren't we? savingdinner.com/sprint. Anyway, go find out about it there. I want you to be prepared for this. And Mary, this pretty much is the clubhouse, is our Hot Melt Sprint group. It's much smaller than this. And this is where people get together. This is where you'll find a body clutter buddy. This is where we do group challenges together. And it's so much fun. It's fun. We feel better because we're getting better. There's weight loss involved. There's less pain, less everything. And it is the name of the game because we go from one thing to the other thing to the other so we can stay accountable with ourselves and each other and get more done. So that's what makes it fun. Yeah, more information, go to savingdinner.com /sprint. You can get all the information there. So this concept of having this frog eating thing is similar in my mind to the kitchen's closed. You know how we do that to just remind ourselves of what it is, or even the mindful mug, because when we understand that when we get up first thing in the morning, we're going to take the big, we're going to eat that ugly frog first, then we know we're going to get that done and out of the way. Otherwise, this is what happens. At least this is what's going on in my mind. I'm thinking, okay, I have scheduled my workout, and I went from scheduling my workout from 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 11. And then inevitably things started to pop up and it didn't get done. So what I've found is if I start at first thing and it's a non-negotiable and I'm up early and it's still dark outside and I've got to turn on lights and Mark's asleep and the house is quiet, that's the whole thing. A frog will break your fast. Yeah, I don't even know what to do with you, Sarah. But yes, this is a non-fast breaking frog. fast breaking frog or a frog fast. It's a frog fast. Let's just say that fast 800 times. So here's the thing. When we have something that reminds us of what it is that we need to do, when we set everything up for success, in our morning and evening rituals, we'll talk about that in just a little bit, it helps. It helps us to get these things done and get those frogs out of the way. Because I don't know about you, I want the frogs gone. I want the frogs gone by the time I sit down to work. So there becomes no discussion. There becomes no wiggle room. There becomes just like, this is the first thing that you do. So here's how it has worked out for me. This is what I have been doing. And it's just made the world of difference. Okay. Number one, I get everything set up the night before. So all I have to do with my coffee is press the on button. I have my little earbuds ready to go. I have my phone ready to go. And in that phone, do you know what I have? I put on a meditation. First thing I do. And then my coffee's ready. And I've broken my dishwasher habit. Yeah, I broke my dishwasher. I unload the dishwasher now after my workout, because right after I meditate, I go in and I get my workout done. Then I go upstairs and I unload the dishwasher and start to continue on. Isn't that interesting? But this is what flexibility does. This is what having the ability to analyze what's going on and what's getting missed in your daily routine. And when you do that, and when we do it from a purely analytical point of view and don't get all wrapped up in the emotions and beating ourselves up and all that, because I completely decided not to do that. Except I started to get frustrated and I said, what is this frustration? And then when I saw on my screen how many times I was missing, and I was getting two workouts a week, 3, sometimes 4, I was thinking, that's not what I planned. That's not the way it needs to be. So that's how it all got changed. So failure to execute is a huge problem with folks. It is, because we have these grandiose plans, and don't we love to plan? And then we don't do it. But planning and preparation go hand in hand, as you know. So you plan what you're going to do, then you prepare it. So it's like, I'm going to use Sarah as an example, because you know what Sarah does? Sarah does big time meal prep on one day. Now, I don't do it that way, but Sarah does it this way because this is what works well for Sarah. So what do I recommend? I recommend what works well for you. I don't need to do this, but what I do end up doing is I make sure I've got the bone broth. I make sure I've got my vegetables and stuff ordered from Misfits. I make sure I've got all the things in line so I know that I have what I need. My pantry is always ready to serve me, and my food is always going to be on point because I eat Target Trifecta. You know what that is. Protein, fat, fiber in the form of green as much as possible. And that keeps you on point, especially when you're obeying your hunger hormones. You know, you're not eating when you're not hungry. You don't eat by the clock, you eat by hunger. That's really important. But how do we get to this place where we've got lots of talk, no action, and we're completely frustrated? How do we get out of this rut of being frustrated by our continually leaving the frog sitting on the countertop? Nobody wants frogs on the countertops, by the way. They're kind of slimy. Have you noticed that? They're slimy. So here's what we need to do. Number 1, we've got to eat our frogs first. So what are we going to do? We're going to plan for it. We are going to plan for it. Instead of wishful thinking, it's going to be written out planning. And this, if we put it first, the biggest, ugliest frog first that seems to be getting left behind or not, eaten, shall we say, that's the thing that goes in the number 1 spot. Before everything, before even for me emptying the dishwasher. Because once I get caught up in doing things, then I'm thinking, I need to do something else. And it's just not true, because it will get done. It's not going to mess up your day. You just need to figure out how it works best for you. Number 2, your evening ritual. And you know about this. If you use your Take Back Your Life journal, you know all about the evening ritual. It's an evening routine. And we've all learned this from Fly Lady, right? Only reason we call it a ritual is because rituals are sacred and they are not to be messed with. Now we can change it at any time. We can fix it at any time. We can adjust it at any time, as I just shared with you. And you need to understand something. This coffee, emptying the dishwasher thing, do you know how many years I've been doing it like that? I've even lost count, probably 15 years or so. But I recognized that because of all these things that I was doing, to get to the first thing first, that frog, that getting worked out first, that frog needed to get eaten first. That was me analyzing it right then and there. That was me analyzing and saying, okay, so what's going to happen with the dishwasher? The dishwasher will get emptied. I can do it sweaty while I'm still trying to cool down before I take my shower. I'll empty it then, because I am up early. We're going to be talking about early birds versus night owls next week. Yeah, put on your seatbelt, y'all. You night owls, you're going to hear a thing or two. So use your evening ritual for your best results. So grind your coffee, get your coffee pot out, put your supplements out, lay out your workout clothes. Everything is done so that when you wake up with sleep in your eyes and just, walking through the house, practically in the dark, well, it is in the dark, then you know exactly what to do. And you have already started to win the day because you press that coffee maker button. You've already got your workout clothes on. And can I tell you, it's these little tiny things that start inching us toward that victory. I just can't even tell you how victorious this is. No frogs on my watch, okay? No frogs left behind. We eat them. We eat the frogs. So number 3 is it puts productivity on notice because those little victories make us feel productive. And it's not a matter of how much can you get done. It's a matter of, are you getting the important things done? This is a huge differentiator because I think a lot of us are, consumed with quantity rather than quality. And first things first, that's what Stephen Covey was talking about. The most important things need to come first. That's what we get to do. And it fills our soul, doesn't it? With anticipation, and it makes us feel good about who we are. Today is Soulful Saturday. And one of the things that I have to say, feeling good about yourself and feeling good about the things that you do, that's huge. That's huge. This cycle of feeling good about ourselves, that's how we love ourselves. And when we love ourselves and care about ourselves enough that we're doing the things that we need to be doing and the most important things, right? And we keep on with this, we get to do better with everything else. It just works that way. Our relationships improve because the relationship with ourselves has improved. Think about it. This when we nurture ourselves and we give ourselves the things that we need, our lives elevate. And number 4, this is, what if you can eat a frog, you can do anything, right? Just remember that number 3. That's number 3. So your productivity is on point. And yeah, if you're a frog eater, you can do anything. So here's to the frog eaters. Pinkies up to frog eaters. And it's a feel-good strategy because as we do this, as we put on our lovely workout clothes, as we do our meditation, as we move to the next thing and move to the next thing, we feel good, we start firing off the feel-good chemicals, the serotonin, the dopamine. This is the stuff that keeps us out of being depressed, y'all. It keeps us from being depressed. It raises that feel-good level. This is an important number. And number 5 is energy and resolve work together. That means that we've set our environment up for success, ta-da, by doing all these things from our evening ritual. And our resolve is stronger in the morning. It's a known fact. It's stronger in the morning. We will get things done because we've got those frogs sitting there. They're waiting. They're in the basket and boom, there we go. Jane, frogs are a part of the Target trifecta meal. Yeah, lots of protein. Lots of protein. And number 6 is unexpected stuff is unlikely to come up first thing in the morning. Duh, right? You don't have kids to deal with if you're up at dark 30. You don't have a husband or other stuff to deal with or overflowing plumbing or anything coming up. But you will probably around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, something inevitably happens and it keeps you back from the things you want. It keeps you in perpetual frustration. So eating that frog first is everything. Number 7, do you know that we naturally have this propensity toward hating undone projects? It makes us feel frustrated. It makes us feel inadequate. It makes us feel less than. Well, those projects get done if it's the first thing. So if you've got, again, if you've got 2 frogs to eat, and I usually do, I usually have 2 frogs. I get the ugly one taken care of, which is my workout. Not that I hate my workout, but I just put it off so much. Get the workout, and then whatever the next important thing to do is, that gets next on the list after I get myself ready for the day. And getting myself ready for the day means my bed is made. It means my dishes are put away in the dishwasher and I have a plan for dinner that night. Our personal stuff has to weave into our day. So this is, and one other thing I will say, if it's long-term stuff like writing a book or, that you have some big, huge project, it's just taking a piece out of it. It's biting the elephant one bite at a time. Yeah, we're going to a different animal now. Pachyderms, yay! Number 8, here's a big piece of advice. Just get started. If we just get started on those frogs, if we just get started eating them, I promise you, you're going to thank me later. You're going to be the biggest frog eater ever. You're going to say those frogs are delicious, as a matter of fact. Do you have a recipe for that, Leanne? Yes, I do. Eat the biggest ugly one first and get it done. And on Monday, what we're going to be doing is lifting the veil on the morning early birds and then late night owls. I don't think a lot of you night owls are going to like this one too much, but I think it's important to understand how our lives can be so much more productive, so much more satisfying, and so much more soulful, really, because we get this stuff done and the frustration level greatly dissipates. Margaret wants to know, frogs and elephant, what's next? I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? That's how I roll. Sometimes the frogs, sometimes the elephants. All I know is life's a big bowl of elephants, isn't it? Big bowl of animals. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. On Monday, we will be back in it. As you know, we've got a new quote of the week. We will have a new, special of the week. You'll have to see. And don't forget to get that taken care of. And I'm talking about getting that date in your calendar. It's Saturday, April 24th. It is a virtual event. I want you to save that date. It's important because this is the stuff that helps us elevate and to become the women we're supposed to be. The wise women, the vibrant women. And that's you. That's me. Let's do it together. What do you say? All righty. Peace be with you. I appreciate the fact that you show up. I also appreciate it that you share these videos. And by the way, when it's time to sprint again, I want you to bring a gal pal with you. Do it because it's so much more fun to do it with someone that you know and love and care about. And she'll thank you later as well. Peace be with you. I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.